When an investor reads your business plan, the business overview is where they decide one thing. Do I trust these people? Not your idea, your people, your background, your team, your structure. Today I'll show you how to write a business overview that answers the question even before they ask it. First, let's clear the most common confusion. Your executive summary and your business overview are not the same thing. A lot of founders write them as the two versions of the same section. They are not. Think of your executive summary as a movie trailer. It shows quick highlights of the entire plan. Your market, product, team, numbers, all in one page. While your business overview is like an opening scene. It is specifically about your company, your story, your starting point, your legal setup, and the people behind it. No financials, no market research, no product deep dive. Just the company itself. If the executive summary answers, why should I keep reading? The business overview answers, who am I dealing with? So now that we know what this section is, let's talk about how to actually write it. Here's the thing about this section. The hard part is not knowing your own story, it's about structuring it. So it reads like a proper business document instead of a LinkedIn bio. Exactly why Upmetrics has an AI business plan generator that asks you targeted questions and formats the answers into a structured business overview along with every other section of your plan. It handles the structure, you bring the substance. Alright, coming back, let's talk about 5 things every business overview needs. Number 1. Describe your business in one sentence. This is where most founders go wrong. They try to sound impressive instead of being clear. Here's a simple test. If someone with zero context can't understand what your business does from that one statement, rewrite it. For example, instead of "we are a tech-enabled solutions provider disrupting the pet care space," try writing "we run a mobile dog grooming van in Austin that comes to the customer's home." One tells you nothing, the other tells you exactly what the business is, where it operates, and why is it different. One sentence, plain language. Number 2, your company history. Once you've nailed that one sentence, the next part is your backstory. And no, you're not writing a memoir. It has to include exactly 2-3 sentences of when did you start, why did you start, and one key milestone. For example, founded in 2024 after noticing no pet owners in Austin had convenient grooming options. Launched with one van and now serving 200 customers a month. That's it. Number 3. Legal structure and ownership. Are you an LLC, S Corp, sole proprietor, partnership? Who owns what percentage? And if you have co-founders, spell out the equity split in 1 to 2 sentences. Investors and lenders need this. Number 4. Vision and mission. You need one sentence each. Mission is what you do today and vision is where you're headed. Keep them grounded. No jargon, no synergy. For example, our mission is to make pet grooming convenient and stress-free for busy Austin families. Simple, specific, and believable. Number 5. Your team and organization chart. And finally, the part investors care about the most. Who's running this? What's their relevant experience? And how are responsibilities split? Even if your team is just you and the co-founder, draw the chart. It shows the investors you've thought about who owns which decisions. List each key person with their roles and one line about why they are qualified. For example, Sarah Chen, COO, 8 years of logistics at FedEx. That's enough. Save the full resumes for the appendix. And if you're a solo founder, be honest about it. Show where the gaps are and how you plan to fill them. Advisors, contractors, your first planned hire. Nobody wants to invest in a company that can't function if just one person takes a sick day. This reminds me of a question that comes up in almost every investor meeting, and almost no founders prepare for it. What happens to this business if you're not in the picture? It sounds harsh, but it's a real concern. Investors call it key person risk. If the entire business depends on one person's relationship, skills, knowledge, that's a liability, not a company. Your business overview should answer this without being asked. Name a second in command, even if it's just an advisor right now. Show that roles are distributed and not piled on one desk. And if you've documented your processes even loosely, mention it. It shows investors that this business won't fall apart even without you in the room. So that's your business overview checklist. It's your company's identity card. Make sure it's 1 to 2 pages max. Your founding story, your legal details, your ownership split, and the team steering the ship, all in one clean section. And again, don't confuse it with the executive summary. There are different sections with different jobs. And here's one thing worth remembering. In 2026, AI can draft your financials, your market analysis, even your executive summary. But the business overview is the most human section of your plan. Your credentials, your story, the way your team is built, that has to come from you. This is the section where your voice matters the most. And if you want help with the structure, the free AI business plan generator from Upmetrics is linked in the description. along with a sample business overview template. And if you found this helpful, you might also want to check out our playlist Business Plan Fundamentals, where we break down every section of a business plan step by step with examples. So don't forget to subscribe, because your product won't sell itself, and the next video shows you exactly how to fix that.